Okay, moving on now. Title 42 here in the U.S. set to be rolled back today. That's not going to happen. Late yesterday, the Supreme Court put a temporary stay on the Trump-era public health measure, forcing the DOJ to respond in writing by 5 p.m. today. Going to be interesting to see what happens next. For more on all this, let's welcome in our next guest, Trump attorney and managing partner at Habba and Medeo and Associates, Alina Habba, with us this morning. Alina, so nice to have you on. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Doing well. I'm wondering what you think about how the DOJ responds today. They've got to respond in writing. What I like about what the Supreme Court did to the DOJ is it forces them to defend rolling back Title 42. Basically, they have to say, yes, this is a good idea if they decide to do so. How does this play out?
I don't know. I think that it's important. I mean, we've seen Newsom come out and make some comments about what he would like to see done, which is very rare. People are starting to say, if you look at what's happening in New York, that this has to stop. So I think it's important that they're putting a little bit pressure on them. It's going to put them in a bit of a position because they're so anti-Trump at the moment, but Trump's policies worked. So we have to see what they say. I hope they do the right thing. I think we have a real problem in this country with immigration, with the border. They need to address it. Yeah, it's a crisis down there. We'll keep a close eye on that. Yesterday, the January 6th committee making a criminal referral to the Justice Department. 4 charges: obstruction of an official proceeding, conspiracy to defraud the United States, conspiracy to make false statements, and then aiding or assisting in insurrection. Let's say Merrick Garland moves forward on that charge, and let's say somehow Donald Trump is convicted. He could not run for president. It would render him ineligible to hold public office. The goal of this kangaroo court, this sham committee, was always to make sure Donald Trump is never president again. How do you see this playing out? Do you think Merrick Garland moves forward with any possible charges? I think that they'll do anything to try and stop Trump at the moment. If anybody doesn't see that yet, you must have blinders on and not turn your TV or news on or the radio on. It's been one thing after another. Do I think Merrick Garland will do it? I don't know. I think Merrick Garland right now is hiding behind special counsel, as we know, on other issues. So we'll see. You have to remember, it's going to be a long process. This is a recommendation. Then the recommendation has to go to the Department of Justice. The Department of Justice would have to open up their own investigation and then proceed to put the pieces together. They're not going to use somebody else's evidence or facts. Of course, they'll look at it, but they're going to have to go for a long haul. This is not something that just happens very quickly. So timing-wise alone, if we just took it in a silo, it's going to be a difficult scenario for the Department of Justice.
Could that be part of the political calculus? Just based on Merrick Garland's actions over the last 22 months, it's very clear that he has no problem being completely partisan. Could that be part of the calculus? Charge Donald Trump with something and drag this out all the way to 2024?
Of course. I think that it's intentional. I think, if you can't see that it's intentional, what is it? It makes no sense. There's never been a sitting president that's been more attacked, and then a president who, after his tenure, has been more attacked. Most presidents leave the office and then they go into a peaceful place with their Secret Service for the rest of their lives and play golf. President Trump is a very unique character because he still has another term ahead of him potentially, and that scares them. I think that if he wasn't such a threat in the polls, this wouldn't be happening. It's realistic. It's unfortunate, but it's realistic. I don't know that Merrick Garland timed it right, though. I'm going to say that. The January 6th committee pulls this out of a hat 2 weeks before they lose the House.
Right.
And they have no choice to say, oh, we did something in this 18 months of searching and interviews and the TV performance. And by the way, in the middle of it, Cheney lost her seat.
By 40 points. Yeah. Great points. Alina Habba, have a Merry Christmas if I don't see you. It will be fascinating. They had to do something now because Democrats lose control of the House 14 days from today, 2 weeks from today. All right. Alina Habba, thanks so much. We appreciate the expertise as always.